When Andre Cole, known as the world's greatest creator of illusion, the man who's referred to as the magician's magician or the illusionist's illusionist, when he set out to refute all the miracles of Christ by explaining it away through modern technology and illusion and magic, most of them, he said, I could not explain away. But there was one. He said there's no way that Jesus could have deceived his disciples. Do you know what miracle that was? The resurrection. He said, Josh, if the resurrection didn't happen, they absolutely had to know it. This is when he pointed out several things to me. One, he said, no illusionist would hardly ever do an illusion outdoors. Why? Because you have to control the lighting, the visual approach, everything in illusion and magic. Because everything is a simple trick. But he said almost all of Christ's miracles were done outdoors. Even with our technology today, you'd be crazy to do that. But then he said, second, you have to understand that some of the illusionary effects that I create and magical effects that I create for many of the great magicians in the world, it would take anywhere from 1 to 2, even 3 large, huge semi-load of equipment to do one illusion. I never knew that. Just to do one illusion. He gave me examples of it. He said, look at Jesus. He had a donkey. And that's when it hit me. Whoa. You know, there is no way he could have deceived him. And what Andre concluded was that if Christ was not raised from the dead, they had to know it. And therefore, you would have to conclude with the 12 disciples that 11 of the 12 died martyrs' deaths, that they not only died for a lie, but they knew it was a lie. And under the worst torture, and then the threat of death and being killed, never once denied it. I've had over 250 debates in universities around the world. And almost every debate would always come back to the resurrection. And I would challenge my opponent to give me one piece of evidence. And I used to joke, it doesn't even have to be credible. Give me one piece of evidence that any disciple under the worst torture ever retracted his belief that on the third day Christ was raised from the dead. And no one in 50 years has done that. If I can't trust them of what Jesus said and did, then I can't trust anyone, because they went through the test of death to determine their veracity.